Hello, Professor Baiselon. Today, I will be discussing my analysis of the unmaking of medical inadmissibility. The Canadian population, known for its diverse and inclusive nature, thrives on immigration, embodying and welcoming, embodying a welcoming spirit for those seeking a better life. However, concealed within this welcoming facade is the intricate web of Canada's medical inadmissibility regime, which often displaces hopeful immigrants pursuing improved prospects for themselves and their families. The ethnography Screening Out by Laura Baiselon delves into the nuanced aspects of medical inadmissibility, shedding light on the experiences of over 3 dozen individuals whose immigration aspirations were foiled due to conditions such as HIV or other chronic genetic or developmental disabilities. This paper aims to inspect the qualitative research methods employed in Baiselon's work, particularly in the unmaking of medical inadmissibility, an animated documentary that further illuminates the challenges faced by immigrants during their immigration journey. Despite the taxing process, immigrants exhibit unwavering determination, enduring years of procedural intricacies, financial commitments, and extensive documentation requirements. As articulated in the documentary, there's this quote: embarking on an immigration application process is physically and mentally demanding work for people and their families. Through an analysis of Baiselon's work, this paper, which I'm writing, seeks to contribute to a deeper understanding of the multifaceted issues that immigrants confront with the immigration process, particularly in the context of medical inadmissibility. There are several methodologies for conducting qualitative research on medical inadmissibility within the immigration process, and Dr. Baiselon chose to employ in-depth interviewing and observational fieldwork to construct an institutional ethnography. The utilization of in-depth interviews is crucial for this research topic, as the lived experiences of individuals navigating this specific process offer valuable insights. While conventional wisdom from experts often emphasize the credibility, which is also known as hierarchy of credibility, Dr. Baiselon's decision to also gather data from participants with lived experiences ensures a comprehensive understanding of the research questions. During these interviews, it is imperative for qualitative researchers to allow participants to guide the conversation by employing open-ended questions such as, tell me what was involved, or how did things transpire during your immigration process, medically and beyond. Screening Out adopts the form of an institutionalized ethnography, aiming to analyze how governance operates within the immigration system. While ethnographies inherently constitute in-depth studies of a group, they are also a form of storytelling. The narratives of individuals like Martha and Stella showcased in the documentary provide a poignant portrayal of the realities of the immigration process. As emphasized in the documentary, there is a prevailing lack of awareness among Canadians about the intricacies and exclusions inherent in the immigration process, particularly regarding medical inadmissibility. Therefore, this ethnography becomes a crucial tool in raising awareness about medical inadmissibility among Canadians and other stakeholders involved in the immigration process. Moreover, the observational fieldwork and latent analysis of items like briefcases, purses, and other holders of immigration documents represent a significant aspect of the immigration process. Dr. Baicelon's keen observation of these items could have possibly been overlooked during interviews, and it constitutes as a form of unobtrusive research. While the primary focus was on participants like Martha, Winnie, Stella, and Yvonne, Dr. Baicelon was able to gather valuable data unobtrusively by studying the holders of immigration documents. Medical status and inadmissibility, being a private matter, is often kept confidential by immigrants who may not want to share news of their medical status due to the negative impact it has on them. If medical inadmissibility were recognized as a public issue, affected individuals may receive more resources and support to navigate the immigration process. Increased awareness can lead to a collective realization that this issue is a significant problem requiring attention. Lastly, the ethnography challenges assumptions held by the Canadian government regarding individuals with HIV and/or other disabilities. The government's assumption that caring for persons with HIV and others with illness pose a risk. The Canadian government's assumption is that caring for persons with HIV and others with any other illness will pose a risk to other Canadians, and it is too costly to the public's purse and is contested, but this is contested by research findings. The discriminatory nature of these assumptions and associated othering needed to be addressed, especially if Canada aims to sustain the immigration process in the years to come. It is disheartening to witness the rejection of numerous hardworking immigrants. Immigrant individuals based solely on their medical status, rendering them undesirable regardless of their qualifications and potential contributions to the country's economy. Consider Martha as a prime example, a highly qualified candidate working towards a doctoral degree, fluent in the official languages of Canada and several others. Martha was initially perceived as a prime candidate until she received news of being HIV positive. Subsequently, Canada's focus solely shifted onto her HIV status, expressing concerns about the perceived excessive demand she might place on the country's economy and health system. Unfortunately, this process not only posed challenges to Martha's immigration journey to Canada, but also stripped her of residency in Russia, leaving her stranded with no choice but to return to her home country. Her aspirations for more opportunities in Canada were abruptly shattered. Reflecting on Martha's story brought to mind an invoking question from the documentary. How would I feel about being discredited, singled out, disproportionately probed and rendered due to my health status? This multifaceted question prompts contemplation on how one's own situation might be and how it might unfold if faced with a similar immigration. Until recently, as a citizen since birth, the immigration process was not something that I had ever considered or even thought about. However, envisioning myself undergoing a mandatory medical testing revealed a potential barrier. My learning disabilities, which could lead to a designation of inadmissibility, bringing my immigration process to an abrupt halt. Envisioning myself in their shoes for even a moment made me realize that the mental and the emotional toll this process causes, and the sense of inferiority one might feel when a country reacts this adversely to their medical status. Reduced to their medical condition, individuals in these moments reflect on themselves within the framework of moral culpability and personal shortcomings, influenced by the effects of neoliberalism. Given the substantial time and financial investment required by the immigration process, individuals inevitably begin to equate their self-worth with the status of their immigration journey. While Canada is often recognized as a welcoming nation for immigrants and refugees, the reality does not seem to align with this inclusive image. Immigrants like Stella and Winnie, known for their strong work ethic and willingness to undertake physical labor that some Canadian citizens might hesitate to consider, embark on this challenging journey to meet financial obligations, including fees for the IRCC, legal expenses, and other bills incurred during the immigration process. Canada strategically leverages its immigration program to fuel economic growth, with the funds contributed by immigrants constituting a substantial portion of the nation's economy. Despite this significant economic contribution, Canada does not hesitate to reject immigrants deemed medically inadmissible based on a singular test, a practice that reduces the complex lives of applicants to a binary judgment of good or bad immigrant. For instance, Stella, acknowledged as a valuable contributor, served as a caretaker for older adults with disabilities. However, her immigration dreams were foiled as her daughter, Yvonne, having a disability, was considered an excessive demand on Canada's resources. This scenario forces many applicants, like Stella, who have committed to no wrongdoing, to make a painful decision to leave Canada and return to their home countries. The immigration application process, spanning 5 to 7 years for all applicants, not only represents a substantial investment of time and money, but also serves as a period during which immigrants such as Stella and Yvonne become socialized as Canadians. The profound irony lies in the fact that immigrants invest considerable resources and effort to enhance their lives and those of their families, only to face rejection or factors beyond their control. This stark reality is a poignant reminder of the challenges many immigrants endure within the Canadian immigration system. In conclusion, the complexity of Canada's immigration system at a first glance seems as diverse and inclusive. But once you dig in, you realize that it is the opposite. Laura Baisselon's ethnography screening out unravels the layers of medical inadmissibility, spotlighting the struggles of individuals marginalizing by health conditions during their quest for a better life. Examining Baisselon's research methods, particularly in the unmaking of medical inadmissibility, focuses on the resilience of immigrants working through the procedural intricacies, financial burdens, and emotional tolls. Screening out and the unmaking of medical inadmissibility shows the significance of in-depth interviews, observational fieldwork, and unobtrusive research. If it becomes apparent that the immigration narrative extends beyond paperwork, it enraptures lives marked by determination and the pursuit of opportunity. The discrepancy between Canada's welcoming rhetoric and the actual reality faced by individuals like Martha, Stella, Yvonne, and Winnie reveals the paradox and irony of a system using immigration for economic growth, yet rejecting applicants on medical grounds. The discriminatory assumptions underlying medical inadmissibility raise questions about a moral and ethical dimensions of Canada's immigration policies. The convergence of personal narratives, institutional analysis, and observational insights highlights the multifaceted challenges immigrants confront. Moving forward, a call for reconsideration of these assumptions echoes through these narratives, advocating for an immigration landscape that truly mirrors the inclusivity that Canada aspires to represent. In the face of adversity of immigrants, their stories, and the imperative to reshape policies underscore the necessity for a more compassionate and equitable immigration system in the years to come. Thank you.